What's up, guys? High Value Hacks with the first video of the High Value Coaching Series, 10 Traits of a High Value Individual. This isn't going to be targeted towards men or women. It's going to be more of an all-around feel that I think could work for both genders in terms of what makes a high value person. 10 important traits. Won't be everything. I'm sure you can think of some other ones for all you high value people out there, but these are important to me through childhood, certain traumas that I've been through, my learnings and my studies. But before we get into it, let me introduce myself. My name is Joe. I'll be a high value coach going forward. I'm an entrepreneur, investor, business, life, and relationship coach, and a father of 2 beautiful boys. And fortunately, divorced recently within the past 2 years. We could always get into that too. Before we jump into the 10 traits of high value individuals, thank you for getting to 3,000 subscribers. We got there a little faster than we thought, so kind of juggling to put this together, but that's okay. If you want the free coaching sessions that are promised, once this video hits 1,000 likes, we'll be giving away 2 free 30-minute sessions. But like, subscribe, comment, coach me at the bottom, and it'll be chosen at random once we hit 1,000 likes. And if you have an idea for another video, it could be anything from finance, business, relationship, marriage, divorce, or even childhood traumas, which you can get into a lot of. So I'm all about that. I think that makes real strong-willed people. Drop a comment for what you think you want the next video to be about, and if I can help you, I will. All right, let's start with the definition of high value. A person that's true and genuine to their own values. What does it mean? This means someone holds their values and their beliefs at the highest standard, okay? Which is going to bring us to our first point. They're clear on what their values are and what their beliefs are, and they rarely bend. I mean, they may a little bit, but they usually don't bend. High value people don't like sacrificing what's important to them for the sake of making someone else happy. This could be your family, career, health, legacy. Mine in particular, you can have more than one value. My most important one is legacy, especially for my 2 boys. What type of example am I going to be as a father and a man, and teaching them what they should be going after in life? Are they going to settle or go after anything they want and create the life they want? Or are they just going to be, hopefully not, like some people, miserable and just settling for it day by day? High value people don't settle. That's a big thing, because their values are there, and their values usually mean that they're going to create the life they want to live. And bring some turmoil there. I used to say all the time, if I'm paying my own mortgage and I got my shit together and I got my businesses running and I can do this all alone, I'm not afraid to be alone, and don't tell me what to do. I don't need another mother. God bless her soul. 2016 passed away from alcohol, but we could touch that subject at another time, which brings us into our second point. Self-love, self-confidence, and people-pleasing. People that are high value have genuine self-love and self-confidence. I'm not talking about fake self-confidence where you walk into a bar and no, it's not like that. Because high value people can see right through that. It's genuine self-love, and sometimes through hard wiring is off. Now, the biggest problem is that I've always seen, and I actually used to have this problem, was they call it the disease to please. It's people pleasers. When you grow up in a toxic family environment, let's say, divorced parents, whatever the case may be, drugs, alcohol abuse, doesn't matter. A lot of times you grow up feeling that you're not good enough. So what that happens in your hard wiring system is you grow up and you always get really upset that someone may be upset with you, over no reason sometimes. So you go out of your way to prove yourself to these people and make them happy and sacrifice yourself. And why am I doing this for these people? I don't even like them. But I can't help the fact that they are upset with me, okay? When you turn around and you have self-love and you actually learn how to love yourself and accept yourself for who you really are, and that high-value individual doesn't really care. I know who I am. I know what I'm true to. I know I'm living the life I want to live, and I'm not doing wrong by people. And I could look myself in the mirror, and if I'm screwing up and I'm doing wrong by people, I could do that and take accountability for it. But if you don't like me just because you don't like me, well, that's tough. You can walk. Not really a big deal. So the self-confidence, the real self-confidence, not acting like you got self-confidence and overcompensating with fancy cars or nice clothes or whatever. People can see right through that are high value. When you can seriously be alone and love yourself and have enough confidence that you're going to make it when no one's there for you, that's the difference. And that brings us into point 3. High value people are authentic, transparent, and they have self-respect. Self-respect for themselves and others. Because you can't expect somebody that doesn't respect themselves to respect you, okay? Because it's possible. You know, I always look at it as, if you're, actually it's really funny because Aaron Rodgers said this before he hurt his Achilles heel at the Jets game after his 4th snap. But he did bring up a good point, and I love this one. He said, if you want to be liked and then have people respect you after, you'll have neither. Sometimes you need to earn the respect, and interim you may or may not have people like you. Transparent's huge too. You got to be one of those people. High value people will say what need to be said, but with respect. So to give you an example, I have a client of mine in Brooklyn that I do a lot of big jobs for. And you know, we've had words before, and he's probably one of my biggest clients. Great guy, same name as me, Joe. And we had an agreement where we had to put a large down payment on a thing, and I had to order material. He had to give me half up front, little less, blah, 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 payment plans. So came time that I had to ship him material, and he was a little behind on money. And I'm like, hey, you got to pay up. And he goes, you know, I've never screwed anyone in my life. I don't understand. And I'm like, listen, man, I understand that. It's not that I don't trust you, but a deal's a deal. All right. Da, da, da. So I was worried I was going to lose him. I'm like, you know, I'm going to lose this guy, but you know what? I got to get paid, and like, I'm not just going to pretend everything's okay, because it's not, right? He walks in my showroom to do another project. He goes, you know something? I could do business with a lot of people. Do you know what I like about you, Joe? He goes, you're transparent. He's, tell me what I want to hear, whether I want to hear it or not, and it's out of honesty and respect, which is great. I mean, I'd want the same thing. Think about it. If you were a client and you had an issue, and my employees come to me all the time, how do I handle this? I'm like, just be honest with them. But what do you mean be honest with them? I'm like, listen, your client may not like what you have to say, but they're at least going to respect the fact that you were honest with them. Because at least now they know what's going on. If you tell them, hey, give them the runaround, then they're going to think something's funny, something's off. And that's in turn going to make them not respect you, because now they just think you're dishonest. They could be upset with you, but they can only be so upset with you because you're honest. It's something that high value people will do, is they're the kind of people that will tell you what they need to tell you. 4th trait of a high value individual. I love this one. They're emotionally controlled and observant. I cannot stress to you anymore how important this one is, at least to me. There's so many people out there that do not have control over their emotions. And I understand. I sympathize a little more for females because they're hormonal, and I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just human nature. I don't feel bad for men, because some modern day men are more emotional than women are. I don't get it. You know, life is a chess game. I like to look at things long-sighted. Okay, let's play the long-sighted game. Everybody's so short-sighted these days. They're worried about right now. And they're not thinking about if you make the right moves now, the big payoff later, because they want the payoff now. High-value people are able to emotionally control themselves, and they're very observant. So what they can do is they can see and not say. So they'll see you, size you up, not size you up so much, but know what you're about. But they don't need to say anything because it doesn't matter. They've already got you figured out. You know what? You want to look like a jackass? Go look like a jackass. It ain't going to change anything I do. I don't care what you do. But they know when to keep their mouths shut. They know when a fight is worth fighting. And most of all, they know how to be smart about their emotions. And when it's time to react and when it's time not to. Let's face it. Nobody likes an emotional man, at least in my opinion. I'm not talking about emotional in terms of like crying when your mother dies or something. I'm talking more in an aspect like getting more worked up about something stupid than a woman would as a man. Your masculine energy needs to be there. High value women, same shit. They know how to be emotionally controlled. They're like, I don't got time for this, man. I got more important things. I got too much stuff on my plate. Point number 5. They always hold themselves and others for the highest standards. In all ways. So, high value people are the hardest on themselves because they're always looking to get better. Now, the reason that they're going to hold themselves and other people to high standards, and it's like, well, you know, I don't got as much as you. Why are you holding me to such a high standard? And it's like, well, think about it. If we were in a game and we all start out as level 1s, and the people that work really, really hard get up to level 50, level 70, are you going to want to hang out with a level 20? Probably not. You don't have much common with them. Same with the dating game. It's like, oh, well, you know, this guy's really, really good looking. I don't know why he's with this girl. He could do better than that. And it's like, well, really, can he? Because this guy is, you know, in his 30s. He still lives at home. He's not really going anywhere. He's not really driven. So, like, do you think a really well-rounded woman's going to settle for that? Someone that's really got their shit together? Same thing with a man. I mean, it's a little different with men, though. We can get into that later. But in terms of people in general, level 70s don't associate with level 20s because they don't have enough in common. They don't think the same way. They don't have the same mindset. So the high value people are always going to be looking to level up and surround themselves with people that are going to complement that. Point number 6, they have a clear life vision. This one's not easy because it takes time to do. It took me a long time. But I don't know like exactly frame for frame how I want my life to look, but I know how I want my life to look. I know what kind of person I want to be. I know what kind of person I want my boys to be. I know financially a roundabouts where I want to be. And I kind of have an idea of what I want my life to look like. I have enough of a vision to see it, know what needs to be done. Don't so much know how to get there, but I'll figure it out because I'm not going to settle until I get there. But high value people have that. Some people that are just going through life every day, just figure out life as it comes by. You're not working towards anything. You're just settling for whatever is thrown your way. You're not creating a life. You're settling for one. And high value people say, this is what I deserve. This is the kind of life that I want. This is what I want it to look like. I'm not going to settle for anything else, right? How do I get there? All right, find a way. That didn't work, we're going back. Throw 20 things at the wall, one thing sticks, good, I'll take that. Point number 7, they are financially and emotionally stable. Now, you can't consider yourself high value unless you've got your finances together, although I'm sure you could be high value still and have your finances on the way. But most high value people are stable. No matter how you feel and no matter what you do, the high value people show up regardless of how they feel or what happened the day before. They show up because that's what needs to be done every day. I don't want to. Joe Rogan said on his podcast, I'm the most laziest disciplined person I know. I don't want to do it, but it's part of my purpose. This is what we do. We get up at the gym at 5 in the morning and we go. I don't want to. I'd love to sleep, but this is what we do. This is what we live for. This is our purpose. I don't care how I feel. If I only went to the gym when I felt like it, I'd be 300 pounds. I never want to go to the gym. Maybe once every 20 times, oh, let's go. Yeah, okay. Bodybuilding's not my passion, some people, but it's just fitness because that's what needs to be done. Number 8, high value people tend to be caretakers. When you get to a point in life that you are stable, financially sound, high value people tend to be leaders. So people look up to them, especially ones that are trying but aren't there yet. But everyone calls me for everything, and I got the busiest schedule at everyone. I got the most on my plate, but everyone calls me. It's because you're the most reliable. High value people are reliable, they show up, they answer their phones, and when you need them, everybody knows you'll be there. Why? Because you're high value. You care about other people. You're compassionate. It comes with the turf. Let's just put it that way. Number 9, and this is my biggest one. High value people know how to take accountability for themselves. You could sit yourself down, honestly, sit yourself down. Look yourself in the mirror and say, where am I screwing up here? What am I doing wrong? What do I need to change? Where am I coming up short? I know a lot of people like to make excuses, and that's detrimental. You can sit yourself down and say, I know what areas of my life I'm wasting my potential and I'm coming up short. If you're fully honest with yourself, you can sit yourself down and know. And there's no shame to that. But until you could admit to yourself where you're coming up short, you're never going to get ahead because you don't know what to work on. My business coach tells me all the time, this is another big thing, high value people have coaches because when you're working for yourself and there's nobody tell you where you're screwing up, sometimes a coach would be like, you know what, I'm so passionate about this item going on, blah, blah, blah. Am I crazy? And they're like, yeah, you need to chill your shit. Which is huge for me because they keep you on the right track. They also keep you down to earth, which I love. Look at your business. And I tell my salespeople this and everything all the time. Oh, it's the economy, things are just slow right now, I don't know what to do. And it's like, all right, listen, I get it, and there may be other factors that are out there. But you can't control the economy, you can't control the government, you can't control the weather, and you can't control people's spending trends. What you can do is focus on the things that you can control to change it. You just want to sit back and go out of business? You know what, the economy's bad right now, screw it. I'm just going to let it, good luck with that, you're going to end up broke. So, if we don't see a way, we're going to create one, or we're going to find one. But we're going to take all the aspects that are in our control and we're going to figure out how to change them to make it work. If you don't, you're dead and stinking. Someone's going to eat you. It's just the way life is. Life is a chess game, full of sharks. All right? If you're not providing value in a different way that's better than the person that's in your competition, you're going to go out of business. You're going to lose. In every aspect, relationships, everyone's in competition with each other. Number 10 and the final one, they have a consistent hunger for growth. They're never content with where they are, okay? So if I look at it this way, if I took where I was, where I am now, and go back 10 years, this is where, if I could only dream I've got to this spot, all right? But now that I'm here, I feel the same way I did 10 years ago. I could do more. So why not do more? Why? I mean, I think that the ultimate form of happiness is progress. Tony Robbins says it all the time. Happiness equals progress. If you're not progressing, if you're not growing, you're dying. I think that, and this goes back to the trauma aspect, I think that people, when they're bettering themselves and becoming high value, as children, when they're told they weren't good enough, they try to defy their childhood so much to make themselves into something because their parents were always telling them that they weren't good enough. Subconsciously, I'm going to show them, I'm going to show them. It's pushing. You're never good enough in school. You're never good enough in sports. You're never good at this. You're never good at that. Whether they say it, whatever the case, or ignored you, didn't matter. Listen, I feel you guys. I know how it is. But you know what? It's so great to be able to accomplish something and just feel good about yourself for it. You did it yourself, right? So, high-value people have a consistent hunger for growth and achievement. Happy you guys joined me for this video. Make sure to like and subscribe for more high-value content. Check out those videos each morning to really get your mind right. All the motivational videos. Helps me first thing in the morning when I'm doing cardio. Great stuff. If you're wanting the running for the high-value coaching, once we hit 1,000 likes, drop a comment, coach me, like, subscribe. If you have any ideas for the next video, make sure you put that in the comments section as well. Stay high value out there, guys. Until next time, talk to you later.